Page 12. Up and down the hall he trudged, with one little mouse after another, while he longed to be riding off into the kitchen, where the linoleum made the best speedway in the hotel. Up and down the hall plodded Ralph with brothers, sisters, cousins. He grew more and more rebellious as the stars outside the hotel grew dim above the pine trees. The motorcycle was his. It was given to him by a boy to ride, not to use as a kiddie car for a lot of wiggly, squirmy little mice. A motorcycle was not a toy. Why couldn't his mother and Uncle Lester understand? Because they were too old to understand. Too old and too timid, that was why. Ralph felt sorry for himself, caught as he was between two generations of mice. Most of his own litter had died from eating poisoned grain put out by a particularly disagreeable cook. There was the older generation of mice who worried about safety and being able to scrounge enough crumbs to tide them over the lean months between the summer season and the ski season. Then there was the younger generation of silly little mice who were always busy wiggling, climbing all over one another, and gobbling up crumbs as fast as they were brought to the mouse nest. Nobody understood Ralph, which was his whole trouble. Night was fading, and the chirp of a bird out in the pines told Ralph that the hotel was about to come to life. The night clerk soon would awaken and close his book, and the cook soon would be rattling pans in the kitchen. A cousin, braver than most, came running down the hall where Ralph was warily pushing the motorcycle. "You aren't fair," he scolded. "You've given him 3 rides and some of the others 2, and me only 1. Ralph stopped in his tracks. "Do you mean to stand there and tell me some of you have had more than 1 ride?" "Yes," was the answer. "And I'm going to tell Uncle Lester on you, then you'll really catch it." Ralph was too angry to squeak. He snatched his helmet from the head of his passenger, tipped him off onto the floor, and mounted his motorcycle while taking a deep breath. Ralph shot down the hall into the lobby.